Welcome to Fear Not, Yoga with Claire Hartley. So I'll begin with a little Pema Chodron this morning. And her piece is called Perfection. Perfection is like death. We think if we just meditated enough or jogged or ate perfect food, everything would be perfect. But from the point of view of someone who is alive or awake, that is death. Seeking security or perfection, rejoicing in feeling confirmed and whole, self-contained and comfortable, is some kind of death. It doesn't have any fresh air, and there's no room for something to come in and interrupt all of that. We are killing the moment by controlling our experience. Doing this is setting ourselves up for failure, because sooner or later we're going to have an experience that is all out of that control. Our house might burn down, somebody we love might die, we're going to find out that we're sick, or you're just going to spill tomato juice all over that beautiful white suit you're wearing. The essence of life is that it's challenging, that sometimes it's sweet and sometimes it's bitter. Sometimes your body tenses, and sometimes it relaxes and it opens. Sometimes you have a headache, and sometimes you feel really healthy. From an awakened perspective, trying to tie up all those loose knots and finally get it together is death, because it involves rejecting a lot of our basic experience. That's the key there, isn't it? It involves rejecting so much of just our basic experience. And so we're consistently and constantly in denial or resistance. Right? She says to live fully is to always be in no man's land, to experience each moment as completely new and fresh. So we all suffer a little from this, or a lot from this experience of needing to have this perfected persona. Like we reach, I don't know what age it is. Maybe it's through, as soon as we sort of get conscious that tests are coming and that we have to perform a certain way, this starts to build a certain type of personality. And, okay, this is what is expected of me. It's very young, right? Nova, my daughter, started tests like 7 years old. 7 years old, here's a test. We're going to mark you on it. She's not obviously in a progressive school. Some of you have your kids in progressive schools. Here's a test. We're going to mark you on it, and then we're going to see how well you did, right? And that happens over and over and over again. And then that elementary school test continues to happen throughout our life, if we allow it, and we start to give that to ourselves, right? Okay, so I'm going to throw the test out the window. This is the progressive school of yoga, right? Fall today, feel crappy today, feel good today, try something new, don't try something new, right? Laugh, cry, whatever comes up. Let's take the palms to prayer. Open up those collarbones, really lift the spine tall. Let's take 3 Oms to signify the beginning of our practice. Inhale and exhale. Bow your head to your inner teacher. And let's inhale, lift the chest, release the arms, let's open the eyes. And make your way onto all fours. Come to hands and knees. Tabletop yourself. Spread your fingers, place your hands right underneath your shoulders, and then take the knees right underneath the hips. Press down through the tops of the feet, and as you inhale, lift that chest. Now find the upper back. Let's stay here in this arched back position for a moment, and then feel, are you doing that back bend from your lower back? Can you put it more in your upper back? So maybe squeeze a little bit of the belly in, press the shoulder blades down a little more, inhale, and then exhale, take your belly round. So squeeze your belly up, really squeeze. And let's take an extra moment or two here. So breathe again, keep the back really rounded, and then hug the belly in tighter on the exhale. On your next inhale, put a little arch in that back. Now start to come up. Put an arch in the upper spine more than the lower spine. And now exhale. So start to go back and forth now. Putting more emphasis on the upper back when you find the back bend. And then putting more emphasis on the stomach muscles, the upper and lower levels as you exhale to really squeeze in. So it's in process that we find the joy. We start to put the layer or the skin of perfection on top of that. We do not enjoy the process. Okay. And the perfection, the curse of perfection comes from comparing. We look around, we gather up people in our community, or we gather up people in our industry in some way, and we look what everybody's doing. We start to assume that they're having a certain type of experience. Right? We start to compare everything they've got and maybe what we don't, and then it starts to erode our creativity. So I'd love to say, as you're moving and as you begin your practice, to think about actually trying to drop your identity just for this hour and a bit as you move. The hard-worn identity that you've gathered so beautifully up over these years, right? Giving yourself a name and a profession and a place to live and things that you will and will not do, and your friends and your family. Let's drop it. Let's take your hands a little further forward. Spread your fingers, tuck your toes, come into downward facing dog. Lift those hips. Find a way to really draw your hip bones up to the ceiling. And if you want to sort of start to walk those feet out a little, go ahead. And then notice your breath. Make sure your breath is deep, that it's at the back of the throat, that you're breathing as if you had nostrils on your throat. You're missing the nose, you're missing the mask of the face. And you're putting the ha sound on the inhale, the ha sound on the exhale. So it's not a voiced sound, but it's a breathed sound. Good. And then lift your hips a little higher. Inhale. Now hug the belly in just like you did in the cat-cow. Come forward into your plank. Take a breath. Inhale. Use the navel to come back into downward facing dog. Exhale. Squeeze it up and back. Now use your fingertips a little more as you come plank. Inhale. Press through the fingertips so that you're not all on the wrist. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, your down dog, just back and forth, right? Having a sense of ease. Inhale, right? Not about being perfect, but just being in process. And then exhale, take it back, your downward facing dog. Lovely yogis. Come and walk your hands back to your feet. Just walk back and walk back and walk back and drop your head. Bend your knees, maybe you sway a little side to side. You can put some movement, even put a little circular movement in your hips as you go from side to side. Into one heel and then into the other heel. Can you feel a little figure of 8 maybe even come into your body? Breathe down into your lower back. We're going to keep giving ourselves a break. Right? Keep giving ourselves a break. Meaning, every time I get to the mat, I thought about this today in my lovely Lindsley Allen practice at 8 a.m. at Rising Lotus Yoga. That, really, my practice is really hard worked for. Every time I get onto the mat, I'm like, oh, it's almost like the first time every time. And there's a beauty to that. It's such a great thing to feel, and also always surprising. I have never arrived, right? In the way that I'm like, I sort of think about photographs that I took of asanas a couple of years ago. I really worked hard for them. And at some point I keep thinking, I'm going to do that asana and it's not going to feel like I've worked really hard for them. And of course, every time, I have to put all my effort into everything that I do on the mat. And that's great. It's called mindfulness. It keeps us honest. Take your hands to your hips. Lift your chin. Scoop your shoulder blades together as you come up, right? So continue to sort of derive compassion for yourself as you move. Bring your arms behind you. Interlace your fingers into a fist. Lift the chest as you inhale, and let's fold again. Bend the knees and release down. Release your head. Take your fist up to the ceiling. And open the mouth for a breath. Yes, exhale out through the mouth. Release your fingertips to the ground and very slowly move to downward facing dog. Take your time. Try and keep as much of the heel on the ground for as long as possible. Now, if you're somebody that can easily keep the heel on the ground, go longer in your downward facing dog. Walk your hands further to the front of the mat. And then retreat back into the legs. Have the legs be engaged. Keep squeezing that kneecap. Inhale, come forward to plank. And then come to the ground. As you exhale, go down. Press your arms back isometrically as you lower to the earth. Baby cobra. Press through the tops of the feet. Let this take shape. Let the back bend. Be consciously built. So can you get a little bit more of your ankle bones into the floor? Yes. Can you spread your toes a little bit more? Can you engage your kneecaps? Now find your back bottom ribs and move them forward off your waist. Inhale. And then exhale, just release a little bit. Some of you might be able to come through plank. So tuck the toes maybe and lift those hips and come all the way through your plank pose. Otherwise, all fours. Go back downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up behind you. Step it between the hands, simple twist. So in that high lunge, knee off the ground, take your right arm up to the ceiling. Press your left hand into the floor. And notice your left arm. Is your elbow locked? Unlock your left elbow. Roll your bicep towards the front of the room. And extend the arms apart. And then dive into the breath, because the breath will wash away the identity, right? It'll wash away the grip that we have on who we think we should be. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back, plank pose. Inhale. And very slowly, carefully, either to the ground or your Chaturanga Dandasana. You can drop those knees and take it down piece by piece. Or one piece. Baby cobra or your up dog now, and reach your ankles into the ground. Take those outer arms, move them back. As you exhale, hug up the belly, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg, scoop it through, bring it all the way up between the hands. Take your right hand to the earth, and then open up that left arm, stack your shoulders, simple twist in that high lunge. Keep firming the right thigh up. Unlock your right elbow. This will help gain some access to the upper arm. Yes. So you gotta, and then you have to rotate it. Rotate the bicep towards the front of the room. If you lock it, you're not gonna have that ability to rotate. And we're gonna need that later on. A little bit. That's it. Inhale. And then exhale, release the hands down. Squeeze your knee close to your chest as you come to plank. One inhale. As you exhale, take it down, Chaturanga Dandasana, or to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra, or your upward facing dog. And when you're ready, exhale, take it to downward facing dog, right? 3 breaths. And just watch the relief right now of being able to just drop all of who you think you are. Yeah. All of who you think you are. Leave it at the door. Discover this moment anew. Inhale. As you exhale, look forward. You'll step or float the feet up to the front of the mat. Feet together. Inhale. Lift the chest. Look up. Exhale and fold in. Inhale. Take the arms up. Reach them all the way up. Look up. Palms to prayer. Exhale. Inhale. Take the arms up. Reach up. Exhale. Forward fold over the legs. Inhale. Lift the heart halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Step or float back to Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower to the ground or your Chaturanga, Cobra or your upward facing dog, coming to our first true sun salute. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, 3 breaths. Surya Namaskar. Our salute to the sun. The quality of our sun salutes are fire. And we honor the fire because it purifies, it transforms. It's what we need for that alchemy. When you're ready, you'll exhale, step or float the feet forward to the front of the mat. Feet together, lift the chest. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up. Draw the navel back. Exhale, palms to prayer. Again, keep it simple. Inhale, it's just you and your breath, focusing in, arms up. Exhale, reach forward all the way, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale on your fingertips. Can you lift your chest a little here? Exhale, step back or float back. If you have a floating practice into Chaturanga, make sure you bend those elbows as soon as you jump back, so you're not jumping into plank, Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers. So if there's no layer of memory, passing memory through the thoughts, if we're being conscious just to drop that, and there's what's left is your breath and your physical body as an experience in the now. And then it's playful. Oh, we get to play. Yeah. And there's effort there. Inhale. When you're ready, float forward. Exhale, step or float the feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten those legs if you can. Exhale, hug the belly in and fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, gaze up. Long line from the heels to the fingertips, straight back down as you exhale, forward fold again. Exhale, all the way down, lengthen out that breath. Inhale, on your fingertips, lift the chest. Exhale, step back or float the back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, let that cobra or the up dog land for a moment. Let it be a pose that you're in. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, those 3 breaths. One more, inhale. Exhale, look forward. Press into your fingertips. If you're jumping, really press the hands down. Otherwise, step up or walk up. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up, sweep up. Palms to prayer. Exhale. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees. Utkatasana. Still in the fire quality. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, lift that chest, look up halfway. Exhale, step back or float back, Chaturanga. You can always step back and skip the Chaturanga Dandasana and just come to down dog if you want. Step your right foot forward, warrior 1. See if you can take 1 breath. Inhale, reach those arms up. We just take the top of the breath and then exhale all the way through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Or again, skip it and go to down dog. And remember that breath in the back of the throat, left side, left foot forward. Bend the front knee. Seek some length through the inner left groin and then press into your back foot as you reach the arms up. Exhale, take it down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Gaze a little forward as you exhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Can you stretch your breath out a little like taffy, making the breath longer? Right. We start to get a little out of time, right? Release ourselves when we breathe deeper from being so stuck in time. We become a little more timeless. And when you're ready, float forward. Yeah. Lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, your Urdhva. Up to stand. Exhale, palms to prayer. Gaze at your fingertips. Keep moving. Inhale, bend the knees, Urdhva. 2 more. Surya Namaskar B. Exhale, fold. Lift the heart, look up. Step or float back. Down dog, right side, warrior 1, 1 breath. Right, rest when you need to. You can just drop the knees at any moment and come to child's pose. Right, honor where you are today. If you haven't practiced for a little while, rest more. Rest more. Right. Notice when you start pushing into some sort of perfected state. Remember, this is not a test. There's no marking, no grading. Spirit, soul doesn't work like that. Three breaths when you're in your downward facing dog. The true self, the authentic self, needs nothing other than expression in the moment. What is that expression? Well, it's love. It's love. So loving yourself might be resting more. Loving yourself might be doing another Surya Namaskar, B. Right? So is it the heat that you need? Is it the rest that you need? Come to the front, Urdhva. Come to stand, palms to prayer, exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, Urdhva. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, step back or float back. Take those elbows in, firm the thighs. Cobra or up dog. Exhale right away from your down dog, right foot forward. Try not to linger too long. See if you can take the 1 breath per movement method. Exhale, either plank, and then you take another inhale in Chaturanga, or you come all the way to Chaturanga Dandasana. Arms up. Through the other side. Warrior 1, left side. Good. In our down dog, we'll wait a little longer in our down dog. Let's just be here. Yeah. Spread your awareness a little bit more through the body on the inside. Notice if the heat, the element of fire, has softened something. Has it softened the mind? Has it softened the face? Has it softened your grip? Inhale a breath right into chair pose. As you exhale, press into the fingertips, come up. Bend the knees, arms up. So see if you can bring your feet together. Now bend a little deeper, even if your arms come forward. Bend a little deeper and stay there. If your arms are forward, see if you can hug your belly back and straighten the arms alongside the ears. And then let's see if we can bend down as low as possible. Take the arms forward, take your heels off the ground, and then roll down as elegantly and as gracefully as possible onto the back. Reach the arms alongside the ears, straight up behind the head, on the back with legs in the ceiling. Legs straight up. Now squeeze the belly in. Inhale a breath. As you exhale, drop just the right leg almost to the ground. Squeeze out sideways to the earth, and inhale, take the right leg up, and exhale. Keep extending out through the inner thigh as you go back and forth. Right leg slowly. Now take control of the leg. So as it lowers close to the ground, you keep that sense of internal rotation in the leg. So you can guide it down and then keep the inner thigh long and keep the outer thigh rolling in. Now, if you wanted more challenge, Urdhva Padasana, you can take both legs down at the same time. Keep drawing that side waist down, hug the belly in, and maybe 2 legs. Otherwise, stay where you are. Now, if you start to feel the lower back lifting and cramping, just bend the knees as the legs come up. And see if we can take a few more. Back and forth. That's it. Keep it moving. Couple more. Yeah. Inhale, take the legs up. Hug the knees into the chest for a moment. So just use it as information. Is your back sore? You may have to do more of those. Is your back sore? You have to do a few more of those. If your back's sore, then you've got to draw the waist and the lower abdominal wall down more. So let's take the shins and bring them level to the floor. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Now, we're doing bicycles, but we're not doing bicycles where we lift the head. You're going to keep your head down, squeeze the belly in, and then exhale. Just straighten the right leg out in front, and then bring it back. Keep the heels kind of high, so the heels are level with the knees. Exhale, straighten the right leg out, and then come and bend that knee, bring it back, and then exhale. So, once you kind of got that pattern, you can do a little bit more of a bicycle action. Right, it's sort of around and around here. Let's see if you can relax your face. The lower the legs go to the ground, the more challenging it will be. Yeah, so then do a little more now. So sort of that that bicycle. Good. Also helps some of the mobility in the hips. Good. Back and forth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Stay low to the ground with the legs if you can. Nice. One more moment. Back and forth. And then inhale, hug those knees back into the chest. Nice. Inhale, let's all exhale out through the mouth. We're going to make our way back. Rock and roll backwards and forwards. Come all the way up into your squat. Into your squat. And then bring your feet together and then come back to Utkatasana. Find your chair pose. Bring the feet together, reach the arms up. Come up to stand. Inhale, palms to prayer. Samastitihi, equal standing pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, extend all the way out. Inhale, lift the chest, look up, step or float back. And when you come to your cobra or your upward facing dog, let's take 3 breaths. So find your back bend. If you're in your up dog, press your thighs a little closer to the ground, but keep your knees lifted off the earth. Draw your outer arms back and take your back bottom ribs and draw them up off your waist. Inhale, hug your belly in. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up behind you, one-legged down dog. Ekapada, Ardha Matsyendrasana. Roll that inner right thigh up to the ceiling. Roll the inner right thigh. And then exhale, take your knee to the nose and come forward into plank and squeeze in. And then inhale, send that leg up. And exhale, take your knee to the nose and squeeze in. And send it up. And then take it to the right upper arm. Keep that right inner thigh high. And then send it back up. And again, to the right upper arm. And then send it back up. Now, hold it up, open up the hip. Open up the hip. And then bend the knee and drop the foot all the way over. So you're in a 3-podded back bend. Right, both feet on the ground. Reach the arm, look over towards the arm. Three-limbed back bend. Inhale, reach the right leg up behind you. Come all the way around, one-legged down dog. Inhale a breath, step through, come through warrior two. Step it all the way up. Press your back heel into the ground. Inhale, windmill the arms up. And then stay steady. Relax your face. So one of the reasons we work the legs so much in yoga, just one of the reasons, is that we can lift ourselves up off the floor easily. Right? That there's a sense of sort of defying gravity, right? That at any moment, right, we push off, we're light, we're on the go, we're there. Or we push off and we're still, and we're steady. So that we're not grunting every time we're getting ourselves off that favorite chair in the living room. Which is, you know, admit it, embarrassing. Don't become old, ever, in the mind or in the body, right? Doesn't exist. Inhale, bend a little deeper, exhale. 2 more breaths. Now press evenly through both feet. Relax the jaw, inhale. Reverse, 1 breath, reverse warrior. Take the arm up. As you exhale, reach out, come over, Chaturanga Dandasana, or your downward facing dog. Big breath, hold steady in your Chaturanga for a moment. See if you can let it form and hover. And then slowly your upward facing dog. Exhale, come back, downward facing dog. That's all. Inhale, open the mouth. Exhale, ha. Lift your left leg, that's stretch it back. And then open up the hip. Bend the knee. Good, reach it around, come to 3-podded back bend, 3-limbed. And then lift that hip. And then inhale, come all the way up. Send the leg up. Press out through that heel. Inhale a breath. Exhale, take your knee to the nose and come forward. Squeeze in. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, take your knee to the nose and squeeze in. Inhale, send it up. Take the left leg, draw it to the outside edge of your left arm in that plank. Inhale, send it back up. Take the left leg, draw it to the outside edge, so you can get it a little higher. Send it up. Beautiful. As you exhale, step it through. Come to warrior two. Open up. I think we really live in an exciting age here with all of these practices. Press through those feet, where we are really shifting our idea of what it is to be in this physical body. You start to, if you're on Facebook a lot, you can start to see these examples of people in their 90s. Right? There's some yoga teachers, there's a couple of yoga teachers I know in their 90s who are traveling around the world, having the time of their lives, doing this beautiful practice. And not just meditation, physical practice as well. Right? So we have to keep examining, what are we taking on as truth? So we use the fire here of the practice to keep emptying out. Bend a little deeper. See if you can drop that sit bone. So how about become nothing for a moment? Become nothing. Just the breath. Reach your right arm down the back leg. Reach the left arm up. Take the reverse. Extend the ribs. 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale. Take the hands down. Okay, we're staying in plank. Come to the top of a push-up. We've got some yogi choice here. You either stay in plank, or you can come through 3 chaturanga push-ups. Hug the waist in. 1, 2. Otherwise, you're in plank. 3. Lift your hips up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Firm those outer arms. Relax your jaw. Again, come forward. Take your way into plank pose, top of a push-up. Either stay here or exhale, chaturanga push-up. Remember the waist, right? Even if you're in plank here, you have to hug up that waist a little bit more. After your third one, right? That's it. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath. Inhale. Exhale, out through the mouth. Step your right foot forward for Uttita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Turn your back toes in. You can take that right hand all the way down on a block on the outside edge of your right heel. Go wide with the legs. Should be about 3.5 feet apart. Turn the back toes in more. So they're turned in about a 30-degree angle. Now press the left thigh back. Lift your front kneecap up. Lift it up a lot. Grip the right thigh muscle so it feels like it's taking your right femur bone and hugging it, scooping it into your right buttock. Then take the top of the right buttock down. Hold that steady. Press your left thigh back and bring your left waist back. Stay out of judgment. Stay in discernment, but stay out of the judgment of what your body is or is not doing. Just discern where you need to place a little more attention, that's all. Maybe it's the breath right now, maybe that's it. Always a good answer. Always 100% on the test if you say, breath. There's an A+. Take a deep inhale, bend the front knee for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Walk your fingertips forward, walk forward, walk forward, walk forward. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Reach the top of the inner back thigh up to the ceiling. So the hand should be a little bit forward of your little toe side and a little bit forward of your shoulder head. And then what I call tent the fingers. So just the fingertips to the ground. And then hug up, yes, the middle of the palm. And then the left arm up to the ceiling. And as if you're on a wall, you have to hug that outer right buttock in for it to be your wall. If some of you want to bend the top knee and come and bind the posture, go ahead, right? Let's make that outer right thigh work a little bit. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, take your hands to the ground, standing split. So now we go external rotation to internal rotation, not always the easiest. Right? But if you can do it carefully, really roll down your outer left hip. Roll it down a lot, right? So you close off that hip. Then roll the inner right thigh up to the ceiling. Beautiful, yogis. Send the inner left thigh up to the ceiling. Inhale a breath. Exhale, step back. Come to warrior one. Take a breath. Inhale, arms up. Bring the arms behind you. Interlace your fingers into a fist. Lift the chest as you inhale and surrender your warrior. Humble warrior. So in your warrior one, extend the chest down the inner thigh and then let your head go. And then a good time to check in if you've picked up any chatter on the way down. Right? We're a little bit like tuning stations, like radio stations, where if we're not careful, the dial is kind of going back and forth and it might stick on some sort of channel where there's absolute rubbish coming through. And then we just don't notice it, right? One more breath. Inhale, side arm balance, Vashisthasana. Take your left hand down. Roll onto the outside edge of your left foot. Stack your feet if you can, or take the right foot in front as like a little kickstand. Right? So side plank. Flex your feet, press down through your fingertips. Take the top hip, the right hip, and drop it forward slightly. We all need a little extra strength in that side body. So you're going to squeeze up your ribs and squeeze up your waist for 2 more breaths. Inhale. As you exhale, hands down. Go to downward facing dog. Exhale. If you need to rest, rest. Otherwise, come forward to plank. Back to what we were doing. Stay in plank, inhale. Otherwise, try 3 chaturanga push-ups. Firm the legs. Use your legs if you're taking the push-ups. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Press those thighs back. Step your left foot forward. Uttita Trikonasana, left side triangle pose. Bring the foot all the way out so that it's right in the middle of the hands. Bring your front heel, align it with the arch of your back foot. Bring your hand on the floor or on the block on the outside edge. So you're pretty wide. You're pretty wide. Stack your arms, take your left arm up. Now lift your front kneecap, squeeze your left kneecap up. Squeeze all the quadricep muscle, gather it up so that it feels like it is actually taking your femur bone, your thigh bone, and tucking it deeper up into your hip socket. And then draw the back thigh, the right thigh back. Keep all that steady. Take the right thigh back, take your waist back. We take this shape into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Bend your front knee. Walk your fingertips forward and bring them a little bit out in front, a little bit out to the side, a little bit more out to the side. That's it. And you can also do this against the wall and really lean into the wall to find that line of the back body. Yes. Firm your top inner thigh. Either stay steady, otherwise grab your back foot, bend the knee, and bind the posture. Good. Lift up, inhale. Let's all drop the right hand down, standing split. So bend both knees for a moment. So you can wrap the outer right hip down, close off that hip, and then inhale, lift the right inner thigh up. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up, and walk your way back perhaps a little deeper into your standing split. Right? So you demand that the outer left thigh and hip wake up. This way, right, we're not demanding ourselves to be perfect in some way. We're speaking to parts of the body. We realize we're not the body. Some of it works well, some of it doesn't. Other days are better than others. Right? We go in and we say, okay, what's switched on? What is switched off? Inhale. Step back, your warrior one. Go back, go back, go back long. Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale, reach those arms up to humble warrior. Bring the arms behind you. Interlace your fingers into a fist and lift the chest. Yeah, that back bend in the upper back. Exhale, surrender your warrior. Gladly humble the warrior down the inner thigh. We know we're the warrior, but we surrender. We surrender our will. We realize we don't have to fight our way through life. If we get downstream with ourselves, if we release the punishing thoughts, right, which means we release the fear, put the head down in a symbol that we're not afraid. Vashisthasana, side arm balance. Slide the right hand down, out. Put a little bit in front of your shoulder. Side plank. Go onto the outside edge of your left foot. You can stack your right foot on top. If you need a little extra support, take that top foot right in front and bend the knee as a little kickstand. And reach the arms up. So feel the top hip and drop it forward slightly. Squeeze up the side waist, squeeze up the side ribs. One more breath. Beautiful. Come back. Plank. Go back. Downward facing dog. Down dog. Drop your knees to the ground. Come to dolphin pose. So tabletop yourself. Interlace your fingers into a fist right out there in front of you. Bring your elbows in so they're right underneath your armpits. Now press deeply. Before you even straighten the legs, how much downward energy can you get of that side arm bone? Push down. Then from there, put the weight over it Tuck the toes and walk your feet in. Keep your head off the ground. Focus in on the spine here. So lift the spine up. Get as much length, right? Just think, how much can I separate each vertebrae? That's going to be by pressing deeper into the floor. And then from there, when you've got as much length, really nice, guys, really beautiful. Take the upper back between the shoulder blades and coax it into the legs, towards the legs. And can we hold steady for there? 3 more breaths. And then as you inhale, exhale, drop the knees, come to child's pose. Now, if you come to child's pose and you just said to yourself, dear God, thank God, right? You know, there has to be a little of your own adjustment, right? What stopped you from going there if you really needed it? So if you're in that pocket of effort and breath and present moment awareness, all the poses can come and you're able to figure out what you really need. If you're in a little punishing state, right, and you're gripped, make sure you rest more and let that go more often. Take the arms out. So stay in your child's pose. Keep your head down. Extend the arms straight out in front of you. And then lift, as you reach them out, press your palms down. Lift your armpits, though, and make sure the elbows are off the ground. And firm your outer arms in and your triceps and roll your inner arms, your triceps up to the ceiling. There you go. And then tuck the toes. From right there, come into downward facing dog. Don't move your hands. Just separate your feet wide into Ardha Matsyendrasana, downward facing dog. Take your right foot forward, warrior 2. Go wide, Virabhadrasana 2. Take your right heel, line it up with the arch of your back foot. Open up out to the side. Gaze forward. Really soften your face. So there's effort. Obviously, warrior 2, back into the standing pose. But there's so much more inside of us that can be soft. Take a breath, reverse. Take the right arm up, reverse warrior. Bend the top elbow. Take the head, the hand, and the head together. Right, lean back a little bit into the hand. Bend the front thigh. And then move forward into Utthita Parshvakonasana, extended side angle. Keep that right thigh bent. Drop your right buttock. As you take the hand down on the outside edge of your front foot, reach the left arm up to the ceiling. Press more of your right heel down so there's a sense of reaction up by the right buttock. Right? It becomes engaged, keeping you light. Top arm over the ear if you can and you don't collapse in the chest. Full pose. And breathe. 3 more breaths. As you exhale, draw the side waist back. There's a little revolving here. Press into your back foot. Inhale, come warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Stay steady. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Let's parallel the feet. Turn the feet around so you're in a wide straddle pose. Bring the arms behind you. Interlace your fingers into a fist. Squeeze the outer thighs. Lift the chest. Inhale. Keep those outer thighs really firmed as you exhale. Drop your head down between the legs. Take your fist up to the ceiling. Put a little bend in the elbows. All right, so remember, same thing. Put a little bend in those elbows as you were doing with your hand on the floor in the earlier twist, because if you lock that elbow, there's no access to the upper arm. So draw the upper arms together. Use this to coax the thoracic spine, the upper spine in. 1 more breath. Lift the chest, extend the spine, come up. Use those legs to come up. So drop the tailbone down, down, down as you come up. Beautiful. Reach the arms up. Warrior 2 on your left side now. Bend your left knee. Take your whole left leg out now, 90 degrees. Warrior 2 on your left side. Turn your back toes in a little, about 10 degrees. Extend both arms out. Use the earth, press down into the earth. There's your breath. Draw your waist back. Get right on top of those legs. Now bring the effort down into the legs. Extend the spine out of the legs. And think about how soft you can get with yourself and your attitude towards yourself, your compassion towards yourself at this moment, the compassion towards your effort. Reverse, right arm down, bend that elbow, put the head and the hand together. Lean back into that hand. Bless you. Deep breath. Reach out over the legs. Extend, 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 extend. Uttita Parsvottanasana. Take your hands on a block. Don't be afraid to get it high up on something or on your fingertips. Yeah, make sure that you're not so wide apart that we form the splits. Here you go. Top arm up. Good. Now reach deep through that left heel so that the underside of the buttock can take the posture. Can take the legs, press deeper through the back foot, arm over the ear when ready. When ready. So left buttock in, left knee out. Left buttock in, left knee out. Firm that arm, come up, warrior 2. With a sense of steadiness, warrior 2. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Come all the way around. Parallel the feet again. Now, either interlace your fingers the opposite way or take your arms behind you for Paschima Namaskaram, our hidden prayer at your back. Inhale, take the back bend. And then exhale as you firm those legs, fold again. Exhale, Prasarita Padottanasana with hand variation. Right, and good, slow down the transitions into the postures. We do everything so fast when, mostly in our life because we're looking for a result, right? We're looking for that A+ or the 100%. We keep thinking if we do more things, then we'll get to it. And then we'll finally feel okay. We'll finally feel good. That's the deceit of the ego, keeping us in a sense of fear that we're not good enough. Right? So we go back to worthiness. When we go back to the present moment, we realize we're not a project to be fixed. We never were. Never were. It's all here. We've really arrived. And then press into your feet. Drop your tailbone, lift the chest. Come on up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And then release the arms. And either bring the fingertips to touch at the chest and step or jump the feet together. Otherwise, just walk the feet up. Beautiful. Turn to face the front of the room. Come to the front of your mat again. Separate your feet hip distance apart. About hip distance apart. Garudasana, eagle pose, sacred eagle. Reach the arms up. Inhale a breath. Exhale, wrap those arms. So you're going to take the left arm underneath the right, bend the knees, take your left leg out, and exhale, wrap the left leg on top. You're winding the eagle around. Now, so you can take the top foot and not wrap it all the way around. It might not get there. You can take the top foot and touch the floor with it as well. Squeeze the thighs. Now take 3 more breaths and focus on a sense of pinning the outer shoulders and pinning the outer hips. So squeeze it in. beautiful, yogis. Inhale a breath. Fold. Have the eagle dive over the legs. Keep bending the knees. And as you unravel into standing split, exhale, unravel. Either stay in your standing split or take handstand kick-ups. Plant the hands. Squeeze the belly. So we did a lot of that navel work for the handstand kick-up. You might really draw the waist in, and maybe as the second leg comes off the ground, you just bend it and take the heel into the buttock. So one leg up is a little kick, and you can just take, yes, you can just take the other foot and squeeze it up, just to develop some vata energy. Yes, lightness, as we've done a lot of slower standing poses. We're getting to our inversions. Good. Stay in standing split for a moment. And then exhale, release the feet towards the front of the mat. Take your hands to your hips. Lift your chin. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. So the eagle still has another flight. So take the arms out. Inhale. As you exhale, right arm, wrap it underneath the left. Bend the knees. Take the right leg out to the side. Keep a little bend in the left knee. See if you can get the leg up high. So if you can wrap at the top of the thigh, the root of the thigh first, you might get a little bit more of the leg around. So you square your hips and then work 3 breaths here to pin the outer shoulders and to pin the outer hips. Lovely. Inhale. And have the eagle dive off its perch, surveying the earth. Right, it sees all. Unravel. Unravel into your standing split. Inhale, leg up. Right. We're asking the leg to work for us. We're asking it to get us a sense of solid ground underneath us. And then we take maybe a little flight. Those of you that want to plant the hands. Plant the hands, spread your fingers. You can do little handstand kick-ups. We will go to the wall for handstand in a moment. Draw the navel in. Press your fingertips into the earth like a little bear claw. Those of you who are kicking up. Very nice. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release the feet to the front of the mat. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Padangusthasana, grab hold of your big toes, first 2 fingers and thumb. Press your big toes down and lift the chest. Inhale, and then exhale, elbows out to the side and fold. Head down. Just like in Utthita Trikonasana, hug up the front of the thigh and the thigh bone, like you're trying to hide the thigh bone in the hip, right? It draws up. And then from there, the hip has freedom to fold a little deeper. Let's take the back bend in the upper back. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then take your hands out. Padahastasana. Padahastasana, hands underneath the feet. Spread your fingers. Take your middle finger down the middle of the toes. And then fold again. Exhale, elbows out to the side. Really stamp your toes, if you can, up to your wrists. And then pull the wrists up out of your hand to make some space in there. Nice. Inhale. Lift the chin. Exhale. Release your hands to your hips. Lift your chin, come all the way up to stand. Really nice, yogis. Today we're going to take your mat and find a wall space, a clear little wall space. And so you take the mat and then bring it perpendicular. We're going to start with the L shape. We're all going to do this. We're all going to do this. Right. Even if you can easily come to handstand practice, it's a great exercise for opening up the upper back. So come stand sideways at the wall with your arms straight and your fingertips touching the wall. So you are 1 arm's distance away from the wall. That's what you're measuring out. And I would say, extend your fingers as well. And then turn your toes to face away from the wall. And then take your hands to where your toes are and come to a small down dog. So your palms will be around where your toes were, and then walk your heels back to the wall. So that's a short dog pose. That's a short dog pose with your heels up the wall. So just like in the dolphin pose, extend the spine up and bring your upper back towards the wall, keeping those arms straight. Now bend the knees and take one heel up the wall to about where your sit bone is. So toe up to where your sit bone is. And then you have to do a little kind of bounce. Take your other foot to where your other sit bone is. Right, so both feet are on the wall, and then lift the hips and straighten the legs. Okay, so if your shoulders are tight, you're probably going to slide down the wall, and you have to bring yourself a little further away from the wall, or your feet a little higher up the wall. Right, or your feet a little higher up the wall. So that's kind of really wedging you in. If you always bring your feet higher up the wall, try walking them down a little bit and really getting into the L. So come down and rest and take it one more time, because I can see for all of you experienced practitioners, all of a sudden that became difficult again. Because it's been a while since you've been in a level 1 or a level 1-2 class. Interesting. Great. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, so the difficulty is that the shoulders are sort of round here, and that thrusts us forward and we feel like we're going to tip. So we have to externally rotate the arms and move your upper back, your thoracic spine. But to get wedged in, you have to do a little bit of rounding. Right? So you're in your short dog. You have to do a little bit of rounding to make space, and then instantly, a little bit of rounding, hop the foot up, and instantly take that upper back and move it towards the wall. And then see if you can firm your arms. And then draw your rib cage up a little bit if it's dropping forward out of your body. Okay, let's try it again. Little short dog. If you had a really hard time, take a wider dog. It will be easier. If you know you cannot get your heels up the wall right where your buttock bones are, take them a little higher. Give it another try. Inhale. And then once you're up, lift your hips and take 5 breaths. That's it. Keep with it. It's so good for you. It's so good. It's good medicine. Straighten the arms and lift those hips. Yes. Yes. That's it. Drop your head, though. Don't do it with the head. Take your rib cage in a little. Good. A little higher so the heels are in line with your sit bones. Yes. Beautiful, everybody. And then drop down. Child's pose. Exhale. Oh. Handstand's going to be so easy now. Those basic things, right? You go back to some of those basic things. And how impatient we can get with some of the basic things again, right? So then it's, that's because we consider ourselves in a perfected state somehow. So we have to reel back in again. My daughter's 3rd grade homework sometimes, she comes home and I'm like, oh, what? And sometimes I have to help her and remember, like, what was that basic thing that we did? And I can feel myself getting frustrated with having to recall and have to read these ridiculous sentences. But it's good practice, right? It's good practice to go into that beginner mind again and again. Keeps us humble, reminds us to just process. Okay. Some of you will do that again who are not quite in your handstand practice. Some of you will turn around, take your hands. Now, lots of different levels. If you are, I will instruct coming up into handstand. Those of you that know can come in right away. Those of you that have been practicing for a while, your handstand, please move your hands at least 2 handprints away from the wall. Don't get so close to the wall now, right? Move away. Some of you can turn around and actually kick into the center of the room. Okay, so those of us that need a little instruction, let's turn around, face the wall, downward facing dog. Take your hand about a handprint away from the wall. lift the hips. As you come into downward facing dog, mimic that feeling of lifting the spine up and moving the upper thoracic in. That is really the first way to start to find stability in your foundation. Look between the hands and walk your feet in. Keep your head lifted. Now, go up with the spine. Take the thoracic spine in, and then inhale, bend one knee, and take a kick, and lead with the inner thigh like we did in our standing split. Press into your fingertips, keep your head lifted. Make sure you're not too close to the wall, because you don't want your head to hit the wall. So that's why take your hands one handprint away from the wall. There you go. Take your hands one handprint away from the wall. Keep firming the arms. Now, those of you who are sort of really are able to watch the experience, we want to keep the arms straight as you kick up, right? That's going to create a need to connect deeper into your core, right? Because if you bounce a little bit, right, momentum is bringing you up. But try, there's different ways to come up, there's different ways to experiment with this, but try really firming the arms and bringing that lift up into the core and the belly as you lift up. Now, once you get up, you're either working on your balance or take at least 5 breaths with your feet up against the wall to continue that arm strengthening. That's how it looks, right? Okay. Move your hands a little bit away from the wall. Move your feet back so you're a little bit more like a dog. There you go. Lift your head. Bend your knee. Bend one knee and one leg straight. And then kick. Yeah, it's good. Just the act of coming into it, even if you don't come into it, strengthens all the same stuff, right? So you can do little kicks. Look up between the hands, right? And you don't have to come all the way up. You can just little hop, right? And it develops that lightness. Yes. And it develops courage. There you go, right? You don't have to come, and that's the thing, you don't have to come all the way up, right? It's just how into the process can you become? Then child's pose once you're down, as we're going to move to headstand in a moment. So please rest your head. Moving towards headstand. Rest. So we want a little cool down the system a little bit before we move into our headstand practice. Now I do always, I'm a big believer in headstand. I'm also a big believer in headstand needs to be really taught every time that it's introduced. And there are ways to do it and ways to know whether you're ready. Okay. And if you were not able to really do that L shape at the wall, you're not ready for headstand, right? Because your upper thoracic spine, right, can't really hold in. And if it can't hold in and you go into headstand, it means the neck is going to take the pressure. Or even if you can get some of it into your arms, which is what we do. Okay, so turn around or turn the middle of the room. Let's set up headstand. Those of you that are using the wall, turn to face the wall for the headstand. And then come onto your hands and knees and interlace your fingers into a cup. Bring the knuckles against the wall and bring your elbows so that they are just underneath your armpits. And then slide the back of the head in the cup without letting the cup open. Right, so it's a little bit open. You keep the ulnar bone pressed into the earth. Put that little, and it's right at the back of the head, right? Not at the front of the head, not in the middle of the head. Put it on the back of the head. And then from there, tuck your toes. Walk up. Now, remember what you did in the L shape. If your upper back, as you walk your feet up, rounded towards the wall, do not go up. Keep your feet on the ground and work the upper thoracic spine in and press deep, deep, deep into your forearms, deep into your wrists. Yes, and keep working. And as well, if your head moves when you walk up, if you're unable to keep your head in one spot, keep moving that in, my love, yes, then you'll also keep your toes on the ground and you'll work in headstand prep. So think about, those of you who are a little more beginning in your headstand, lots of levels here. Yeah, elbows in, that's it, elbows in. You're going to think about only 10% of the weight in your head, 90% in the shoulders, right? Straight leg like standing split, straight leg like standing split to come up, right? So press down, only put 10% of the weight in your head, 90% in the shoulders. So keep lifting the shoulder heads up, though the head stays still. Gaze at the floor, about 2 feet in front of you. And then the legs have to be active. Lift the legs, that's it. Reach through the inner foot. Really nice, yogis. Now, can we have a sense of inner softness, even though the body's working? Those of you that are coming down, come down slowly. Don't lift your head off the ground. Let's all come down. And roll all the way into child's pose without lifting the head up. This will stop the neck from trying to grab into position. And let's just breathe in our child's pose with the head relaxed, the neck relaxed. Try not to do anything for a moment. Nice, okay. Once you feel like you've been able to release that neck, come lay down on your back with the top of your head gently touching the wall. We'll start with bridge. We're going to take 3 back bends to round out our practice. So, I know, because I am you, that sometimes when I get to this point in my practice, because of the way that we sequence, that the back bends come after the inversions, that I'm like, oh my God, there's that much effort left I got to put in, right? And then I have to go in my head, okay, why am I doing the back bends? And the incredible benefits of them, right? They are energizing. They do require a lot of energy, though. We are too flexed in the way that we walk and move around the world. We must do a decent amount of back bending in our practice to counteract those ill effects. So press your feet into the ground. Take your heels so they're up nearish your sit bones. Parallel the feet, hip distance apart. When you're ready, inhale. Firm the buttocks up to take the buttocks up. Firm them up to take your hips up. Interlace your fingers underneath you. Tuck and roll, tuck and roll, tuck and roll those shoulders underneath. And roll your inner arm, so there's a sense of rolling your inner arm outward, rolling your inner arm outward, so you get up on the top of your shoulder for your bridge pose. So but it makes sense here, right? Because we've done all this work in the legs. We did all those standing poses. In a way, this is another type of standing pose as well, right? It's that same effort into the legs to find the first bit of freedom in here. As you press your feet down, draw your tailbone long towards the center of the room. Hold that steady and then take more weight on the top of the shoulder, yes, to lift up again. Same as we did in our inversions. Move the upper back in. One more breath, inhale. See if you can be there. Exhale, come on down. All right, nice, yogis. If there's back pain, right, place a block between your knees or call me over and let me see if I can help you get out of that. It's probably just more work we have to do in the legs. Either back into your bridge, or you're going to use the wall for Urdhva Dhanurasana. So if you're using the wall for Urdhva Dhanurasana, really draw the top of the head to the wall, and then start to take your heel of the hand to the baseboard. Right? So your palms are flat on the ground, though, right? Palms are flat on the ground. You're just edging the heel of the hand to where the wall is. You kind of wedge it in there. Turn the fingers out a little bit. Bring your elbows in. And let's take the first one on the top of the head. So press, otherwise you're back into bridge, what you just did. So press and lift your hips up. Take the top of the head. Look at your elbows and bring your elbows in so that they're shoulder distance apart. Good. Press your elbows into the wall. It will help lift your shoulder blades in, and then straighten your arms. Straighten your arms. Good. Doing it against the wall kind of keeps the check in the back bend, and we can sort of keep it honest. That's it. So see if you can press deeper into the feet and really straighten those arms. keep the elbows off the wall, but maybe take a little bit of the chest towards the wall. You keep reaching those heels down. Nice. And that breath has to come. It keeps us enthusiastic and inspired. Deep breath. Inhale. Nice. Exhale, chin down. We've got one more. Yes, we do. Yay. Can I get a cheer from the crowd for back bends? Yay. Okay, there it is. So much focus in this room today. Everybody knows they're being recorded. Okay. So the last one, you use your hand, the heel of the hand at the wall, but maybe just come straight up with straight arms. Okay. Otherwise, back into your bridge. Those of you that want something more restorative can place the block underneath your tailbone. This time, come on up, inhale. All right. So those of you working at deepening your back bends now, right? You can either, two things, stay where you are, three things, or walk your feet a little closer to your fingers to tighten up the back bend and straighten those arms, or walk your hands up the wall and come up to stand, right? And work a little at a drop back technique. Right? Press into those heels. That's it. Yes. Right. So the coming up or the coming down, it's all about the legs. If you get into those legs and make them work little by little, more and more freedom in the spine. Those of you that are down, if you're on your back, take your knees into your chest. Hug the knees and circle them around. Find a little more freedom for your spine. And then take the knees all the way in. Take your knees to the left for a simple supine twist. Variation of Jatahara, Parivartanasana. Stack your knees. Reach the right arm out. And then really exhale through the lower back. And let go of your jaw and your tongue. As we start to wind down to the last little bit of class, a bit more of the yin portion. You put lots of effort in, and now we get to release it layer by layer till we touch upon at the end the bliss kosha, the bliss peace. And take the knees up and then exhale to the other side. And we've touched upon all parts of ourselves. The physical body, the breath body, the intellect, the mind, the thinking mind. We've reined it under control. Right? We've made a promise to ourselves to not listen the egoic thoughts. We focused our presence into the now, and now we get to reap some of that by just being, by existing, by spreading our awareness. We're going to take our hip opener, so you'll either come up, because the hips, that's where the bliss is, it's in the hips. You're going to come up either single pigeon, double pigeon, or stay on your back for thread the needle. So if you're coming to sit, you can sit upright in that double pigeon, that ankle to knee. Stack the shins on top of each other out in front so they're parallel. And otherwise, single pigeon, right shin forward and left leg back. And extend forward in the soft yin version of it. Go slowly. You walk forward. You could perhaps put a block underneath your head.
buttocks lift up.
Well, the sit bones, you want the front edge of the sit bones to stay. Yes. But everything behind the sit bones and up over the buttocks can stretch over forward to the crown of the head. And then let that go. And then now reap the benefits. Commit to this softness. Those of you that are all the way down in your pigeon, try walking your hands over to the side where your top foot is and placing a little twist in it. You walk to the side of the leg. If you're in your single pigeon, walk to the side where your knee is. So you can thread your arm actually underneath your armpit. And then open the shoulder a little bit to the ceiling. Yes, yes. Or you can drop your hands down. Right. Yeah, find your way. And then we'll inhale, make our way back to center, lift up. Exhale, release out a little, shake it out. And then come to the other side. Relax that jaw. Right before you go in, soften all the face, all the muscles on the face. Inhale, take it up, take the buttock up, but the front part of the sit bone down as you exhale. Extend out. And keep committing to the breath. And don't drop it. It won't be as deep, perhaps, as when you're flowing in your Vinyasa flow, but it will be as long. We want to keep the length of the breath. See if you can keep the inhales and the exhales equal length, equal duration. And if you did so on the other side, turn and roll yourself to the side stretch in the hip opener. So whenever you're ready, roll in a little bit of different timing. Legs out straight when you come up. We'll take 3 or 4 breaths just in the pascimottasana. Seated forward fold, just to release before we rest. See if you can lift that same part of the back part of the buttock up from underneath you when you fold, right? Focus on that traveling to the crown of the head. Inhale, fold a little deeper as you exhale. And then inhale, take your chest forward, look up, and come all the way down and rest. Savasana. Come lay down on your back. Press a little bit of your shoulder blades up into your chest. Relax and drop the buttock and tailbone down. Close your eyes. And become nothing other than energy. So we have to drop the physical body. We have to drop our attachment to it. And just be. Few moments here, are you able to drop that last little bit of grip anywhere you find it? Take a deeper breath, inhale, long exhale. Inhale, draw your knees to your chest. Roll to your right side, fetal position. And press your hands into the floor, come up to sit. Take your palms to prayer. And let us seal the practice with one Om. Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening to Fear Not, a blend of yoga and wisdom for awakening to the magic of the moment where fear does not exist. With me, Claire Hartley. Find me at clairehartleyyoga.com or at my studio, risinglotusyoga.com. Follow me on Facebook, Claire Hartley Yoga, or Twitter at Claire Hart. Send me an email at claire@clairehartleyyoga.com and let me know what else you'd like to hear. Namaste.